What's up with the YouTube? In this video we're going to be doing the taper fade on the sides and in the back. You can see he have his hair twisted up at the top. Compliments to my wife. She retwisted it and I'm just going to taper the sides. He's been letting his hair grow for a little bit over a year, but the last time he got his hair cut on the sides has been like 2 months. So we're gonna cut that down. He, with this quarantine and stuff, we've been taking a break on it. But anyway, you can see I got the one A guard right there that I'm gonna be going all around, even on the sides. I'm just showing you that I got the blade all the way open. In my last video, I kind of gave you the details of what open, close, quarter, and 3/4 is. So if you check that out, you'll be able to get a better understanding of what I'm saying if you're not familiar with it. But basically, we're gonna cut all his hair at this length, and then we're gonna start getting into the taper. And like I said, that's the 1/8. We're going with the grain, and that's so I don't have to go up against those twists. So I'm just going to start at the top and come down. I could be a little more precise that way. This taper is going to be a high taper. So I'm setting his ball line. And this is something you want to just pay attention to as you're balding it out. You want to make sure it's nice and bald. So our next step is going to be all the way open with no guard on, as you can see. I'm gonna open the blade up and we're gonna set our middle guideline. That's about 1 inch up. So like I said, this is gonna be a high taper, so we have more room to play with versus a low taper. And this is gonna be our highest step with the zero guard all the way open. We're going to set another guideline at the top, right there where the comb is. It's about 1 inch up as well. We're going to use the corner of our clippers and we're going to just knock that hair out. We're going to make the line, but we're trying to make a soft line so it could be easier to fade into. Since this fade is so high, like I said, we have more room to play with. So that's good, especially for beginners. You have more room to mess up, but you have a chance to fix it. Notice I'm using the corner of my clipper though. It just helps you out with not messing up. This right here will be flat, but we're going to use the corner just like that. Take that angle and just use that corner. Just the side of that blade and you'll be able to take off less, like exactly what you need really. And if it's not enough, just keep going over it till you get what you want. So now we're going down and knocking out that middle line that we set, the middle guideline. We close our clipper. We still have the zero guard on. We're going to close the clipper and use the corner just to fade that out. And we're going to work our way up. Taking a little bit off, then we're going to open up the clipper right now a little bit to 1/4 of the way or 25% of the way, and we're working our way up. And this is just the simple fade process that we talk about a lot. After that, we go to 3/4 and we're going up. I like to start in the middle and work my way up on the fade instead of starting at the bottom from the ball spot, the ball line, should I say. It just helps me have control over the fade. If I start from the middle and work my way up, then I'll finish the fade out at the bottom. It's not necessary. You can start from the bottom after you set those guidelines and just go straight up. This is just something I do. But on some of my clients, I actually fade from the bottom up. The main thing is getting those guidelines though, and with those guidelines, you just have more control over where you're at in the fade. and how high or how low you want it. But right here is closed, and I'm using my corners. Now you can see I opened up the clipper to 25% of the way, or a quarter, and just working my way up. And I'm gonna work my way to that middle guideline again. That's 3/4. Then I have one more step, and that'll be open. And I'm just notice I'm using the corner of my clipper. That way I don't take off too much hair. I see what I want to get off, and I'm taking it off. So I'm gonna go and just touch up the lining, and you'll be able to see how the fade is coming in. But if you look at that fade, it's not bad. Still has some touch-ups, but like I said, if you're a beginner and you just take those steps, that right there will be a decent fade. But the more you do it, the more you're gonna see, and you're gonna want to clean it up. So that's what I'm doing right now. Just going back in a fade, making sure the ball is nice and clean, and then I'm trying to just touch up areas that I don't like, just to make the fade more appealing. And the more you do it, the better you get. I'm not the best at it. I've got better over time, and I know the more I cut, I'll get even better. So right here, we're going to do the same thing in the back, same process. Setting our ball line at the bottom. That's our first guideline. Then we're going to set the middle guideline with all the way open. And then we set our top guideline. And after that, we go through our fade. So now we're going to the middle guideline, which is all the way open, and we don't have a guard on there. Going up about 1 inch. If you don't want the fade as long, then don't go up 1 inch. Go up like 1/4 of an inch. The longer the fade, the easier. The shorter the fade, it's more hard because you have less room to play with. So just keep that in mind. So I'm setting my top guideline. Like I said, I typically do this with the corner of my clipper, so I don't set a hard line up there, just a soft line. And it's easier to blend into that. And we're doing that with the 0 guard or the 1/16 guard, using the corner of our clipper. But you still can see we have our guidelines. From there, we do the same steps. Close, quarter, 3/4, open. We're doing it with no guard. Once we get to that middle guideline, that lets us know we need to put our guard on. And then from there, we'll work the same process. Close, quarter, 3/4, open. And really, the concept of it is real simple. The more you do it, like I said, the better you get. And as you cut, as y'all look at y'all haircuts, just get more picky. Try to be the best barber or the best stylist that you can be. So you always just try to make it better as much as you can, as much as you can see. And that'll just help you progress over time. So you can see I'm lining them up. I love these Slimline Pros. When they adjust it right, they cut real good. And it's good for kids. I really use them on everybody. I mean, they're sharp enough, but if you have it set right, they're not gonna cut the kid. And I just like the size of them. It's easy to maneuver around the head. But you can see the fade is coming in as we line them up. And if there's anything that I don't like here, then I'll just go back and just touch that up even more. Oh yes, don't forget to subscribe. Don't forget to subscribe. If you're liking what you see, just subscribe. Leave a comment as well for giving me more ideas for content. But But I do appreciate all those who already subscribed and those who view the videos. I hope it's a help for you. Like I said, just shoot a comment and just help me out with anything that you would like to know about the barbering, about cutting hair, ideas, clippers. What clippers are good. These two particular clippers that I'm using in this video, I got them in a combo. So that was pretty much a good deal. I think it's somewhere around $100, but that's a decent price for cordless. They're light and they cut real good, and they're professional clippers. You know, I know for starters, you're probably thinking about getting some that's not as expensive, but it's best that you just get a decent pair once you start. That way you don't have to go back and buy more. But you can see I'm doing a fade on this side the same way as we did on the other side. I set my ball line at the bottom. Right now I'm just going through the top part of the fade like I always do. So remember, just use the corner of your clipper. You could catch those hairs without cutting off too much. That's real important, because once you cut off too much, you can't put it back on, and then you're stuck now. So you're just using that corner. Don't lay it flat on the head. Make sure you use the corner. So now I'm coming from the bottom and fading into my middle guideline. And like I said, I'm typically doing this method because it just gives me more control over where I'm at in the fade. But if you want to start from the bottom and fade all the way up, you can do that. But for y'all who are first starting, you know, if you use your corners and continue, if I'm you, I'm cutting hair and I'm watching this video. I'll do it together, just so you can have a clear understanding. Usually at the school, when we're teaching the students, they're shadowing us, or we're standing there while they're cutting hair, so they don't cut the fade too high or anything. So if I'm y'all, I'll just be cutting hair and pressing play, pressing pause, just so I can have more control over the fade, and just so you can make sure that you're not doing the fade wrong or the process wrong. And once you get the process, you got it. But it's not as hard as some may think, but it's also not as easy as some may think either. Usually someone who's doing it all the time makes it look easy. But you can see the fade is coming together. Still got little spots here and there, but like I said, as I go through, I touch them up. You can see right there on top of the ear, it's a little dark, and I'm going in there with my liners to lighten that up. I'm doing it with the liners, but please don't do it with the liners if you're learning. Just do it with your clippers, because the liners, you really gonna just cut off the hair. But I've been doing it for a minute, so I can do it that way. But you can see, like I said, the blend, it doesn't look bad at all. So we're gonna set them up for this lineup on this side. When y'all doing your liners, just be mindful of how much you're taking off. If you're a parent, you know how you want your child to look, so just do what you want, you know. For clients, if the clients have a suggestion, you want to do what the client wants. You know, with my son, sometimes I don't even give him a line. It just depends on the look that I'm going for. But with this hairstyle, I think the lining is appropriate. It makes it stand out even more. You can see the lining is coming in pretty good. As you're lining, it's real critical to make sure you're taking off the right hairs, but the more you do it, the better you get. And that's pretty much the process with everything. Practice just make perfect. But if you're liking what you see, please subscribe. Leave a comment below. The lining looks nice. It's even. The fade is even. In this video, I'm not going to show you the design, but if you're interested in seeing how I did that, just leave that in the comments as well. So if you like what you see, hit the subscribe button. That's going to be it for this video. I appreciate y'all.